morning, everyone. Good morning. Today is Monday, Discover Your Soul podcast with Riya and my amazing guest, Shilo. Did I say your name right, Shilo?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, Shilo is an amazing healer, and I met Shilo is I think a few months ago in Sedona. We was doing the what's the class we taking? Oh my gosh, is how to find your soul tone. That we believe each us. When you're born, how the sun, how the moon, how the planet movements bring the different vibration. Give you the blueprints in your voice and your tone you speak. Is that correct, Shilo?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a phenomenal experience. And we studied with Annie Williams and her whole voice analysis technique. And she's been doing this work for a very, very long time. So it was such an honor to study with her in person and to meet you.
That is amazing. I love the energy in Sedona. I think it's beautiful. I always think, oh, someday maybe I move to Sedona.
Oh, I know, me too.
So Shilo, also I wanted to Shilo you to explain a little bit about the Biofield. That what you do. You help clients to I let you introduce what is the Biofield, what is that energy work, how that affect to our living, because I started this podcast is really interesting. I just give a little ahead why I started this podcast. Then let you introduce what is the Biofield energy.
Of course, yeah, sounds good.
I started this podcast is not started with podcast. It's many years ago when I sold my business, sold my house, sold everything I owned. I decided going to this travel for 2-3 years. In the past 2-3 years, I traveled like 30 countries, 100 cities. Then I got a curiosity, because that's the things I ask myself every day. What does happiness meaning to me? So then I started curiosity, how that other people feel. So I started interview people from all over the world with different age, different race, then people from different cultures. It's really interesting. I ask the same question, what does happiness meaning to you? But I never got the same answer. Each one have different answers. Each one, I think the value of the happiness is depend how do they life, what they think, what is the culture, how do they value that part. So then I find out really by ask this question, because probably not everybody asks this every day in your life. But I think by asking this question more often to help us to raise awareness. So raising awareness about what does you doing that matters to your life. What does really happiness meaning to you? So you're doing things you can more connected things that really make you happy, not just keep doing because you used to do, that bring a lot of stress, that doesn't know, not that doesn't know, its whole point is raising awareness, really bring more happiness thoughts, happiness energy, happiness vibration to our life. So that's how I started this podcast. Then now, because this COVID situation, then I thought, okay, I can move that online. So then I had the chance to interview many people from all over the world from this Zoom live in the Facebook. Then today, yes, Shilo, I'm so honored to have you here. So tell us where you come from first.
Okay, for sure. So I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada. And It's been a long time though since I've lived in Vancouver. My husband is half Japanese, so we lived in Tokyo, Japan for 10 years. And we currently live in the San Francisco Bay Area. And we've been here for about 8 years now. So a bit all over.
Wow.
Yeah, I have, clients in Canada and Japan and here and even India and Europe. So yeah, it's really fun just to experience different cultures in different places, and everywhere is slightly different.
That's amazing. I think the first time I met you, I be attracted to you with you. That's a common, soft, loving energy. I just feel like, oh, I want to know this girl. That is just amazing. Also, I experienced your bio toning, the energy work last time. So please tell us a little bit more who was listening this podcast, so they get a little bit of information, tips, understanding what is
Yes.
biotoning, the
Yeah.
energy work. So
Yeah.
please also, can you speak a little louder? I think my voice is so much louder. I
Oh.
hear you really gentle.
Okay. Is this better? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
good. So I do something called biofield tuning. And what I do is I work essentially with the energy body. And each and every one of us, I mean, everything living actually has energy and broadcasts a vibrational energy. And I work with the human biofield. And our biofield extends out and around us, essentially like 6 feet approximately. Of course, if one is sick, our biofield would be a little smaller. If we're really energetic and having the best day ever, I mean, our field could be way out there, like 30 feet, like it really is something with intention, and it does match our energy. And so what I do is I use tuning forks, and the tuning forks really are an instrument. Because they're pure tones, you can really feel the vibration very easily, and they kind of and they respond. You can feel just the vibration as you work through somebody's field. And so the field really is, it's kind of a mirror of our emotions in a way. It's like a broadcast. And so the outside of our energetic field, our biofield, we can feel into around the time of conception, the environment that we were born into. We can even feel into the birth experience. And then coming through the timeline. So coming through, as a baby, an infant, like in through all of childhood, your teenage years, through adulthood, up to current day. And the current present day is in line with the body. Typically our body still holds our emotions from the previous, like up to 5 years, because it's still something we experience viscerally, like within the body. And so and then it kind of broadcasts out into the field. So you can almost think of the biofield as like the rings of a tree. How you can like kind of see the rings and establish how old a tree is. Our biofield is very similar. We can actually work very precisely year by year and feel into ages and certain periods within one's life. And really what we're working with is restoring energy, restoring light. When we have hardship in life, it can be something as simple as just being teased, in grade 1, or it can be very traumatic events. And we can hold like sort of a resonating frequency that, is that experience within our timeline. And so when we work with tuning forks and, energy, it really is sort of all about restoring that energy, that light back into center. And so we do work in alignment with the chakra system. And just, chakras, as spinning wheels of light, like vortexes, this is like the center of the being. This is like where all of our current energy is really generated, and where we create and we move and we're present and we're, in the here and the now. And so, it's all about kind of collecting and just moving and harmonizing our field and bringing those, possibly imbalances, or, we can feel into like the discoherence, just bringing all that into alignment and into center where it can, that light is essentially restored into the system. So, and, it's really fascinating, working in alignment with the chakra system. For example, like working with the heart, the left side of the heart, really, we usually find the energies and the frequencies and experiences around sadness and depression and grieving. And that's all off the left side of the heart. And so, and then the right side of the heart is about really like taking care of others and not yourself, like, over giving, over, like that caretaking mentality where you put everyone else before yourself. That's sort of more the energy that you would find on the right side of the heart. And also, the left side of the field is sort of more the feminine. It can be our relationship with the feminine. It can also be our relationship with mother and mother-like figures in our life. And then the right side is the masculine, and could be our relationship with father or masculine or father-like relationships and figures in our life. So it can become quite, complex isn't quite the right word, but really insightful. As we begin to work through one's field, because each chakra has its own energy, its own vibration, its own, kind of level of coherence, right? And so as we begin to work in these areas of the field and notice things, and at certain ages, it's like there's, it's really fascinating what comes up for individuals, and how articulate and precise the tunings and the sessions can be.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's
that is amazing, Shilo. I know you can go to on and on to tell people you have so much passion, tell people how is that work. I think everyone here, if you are interested to know more, so you can find the Shilo's information after this will be done, have on the comment there, so you can ask more. Then I think also I want to ask you, Shilo, because I know you talk about the energy, Biofield, energy working, talk about the chakras energy, but we have a lot of people here, maybe they don't know what is the chakra, what is the more this part. How do you use the language we said, like easy to understanding? Can make me think about, maybe you talk with 10 years old or something, just tell us, not say everybody don't understand, just I want to have a more easier the understanding, than people can tap in, even people doesn't have experience with this energy work before. Maybe some tips that is that help release stress, anxiety, and trauma, something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, essentially, there's so much we can do just to work with our body energetically. One of the first things I like to tell all my clients is just to connect with the breath. Just by connecting with the breath and really, breathing deep. And there are so many various forms of breathing exercises. It's, and I think sometimes it's just about finding what resonates most with you. But essentially just connecting with the breath very deeply and feeling your body as you breathe, and allowing your body to really relax and be still, and just feeling that centeredness, that movement, and even that rhythm. So I think, the breath is also a beautiful way just to control like our stress, our anxiety. It brings us into the present moment. If you find that you're reacting to something, just taking a moment and having a few deep breaths often will kind of just bring you back into center. So the breath is a beautiful way just to feel, and that's energy, like that is you controlling and moving your energy and calming your energy. And also getting out in nature. mean, this is a vital practice of mine, and I really encourage all of my clients as well, just to spend time in nature and find something that you enjoy. If it's like going for a walk, going to the beach, just finding a patch of grass and lying down, but connecting with the earth, connect and just taking enjoyment in that, whether some people connect with trees or flowers or certain places, but just finding what it is that you resonate with there and let it bring you joy. And feel that relationship, because that's also energy. And the earth has its own frequency. It's the Schumann resonance, and
Absolutely.
it's incredibly healing for us. Like if we just connect with the earth, like it actually will, like it will heal you. There are books and documentaries on earthing alone, and just how it's so, like, it just calms down inflammation in the body. It just really, it can calm down your nerves, all of that very easily, and it doesn't take much, and it's free to everybody. So
Absolutely, Shilo. So we come back to we talk about the breath, talk about the healing, talk about this. Yes, I think we're born with the life is breathing, right? So when you die, when you stop breathing, then you die. And a lot of time we check about how you stress or you not stress. People didn't know, because we are a lot of time we hiding our stress, and we sometimes we do knowing our stress. But they have the little tips. How do you check, are you stressed or not? I want to give you a little tip is, so when you just inhale and exhale for 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, if after that you find out that you hold your breath, you didn't easily exhale, inhale easily, that means in consciousness, you have some stress, you hold on, especially when people sleep sometimes, So I always check, I use my apps when I sleep also, I can see my breathing. How is that? Of course, that's going to more medical field. We don't talk about that more. We come back with today's podcast. What does happiness meaning to you? We talk about all the healings, talk about all of this. Now come back to you, Shilo. What does happiness meaning to you? And this question also connect with another questions is together. I want to ask you 2 questions. Is first one, what does happiness meaning to you? The second one, what's different between happiness and joy?
Oh, interesting. Okay, so, well, happiness to me is being in love with life, and just always, maybe not always, but just feeling love, from the heart, and just that feeling of being in love with life, no matter what the circumstances are. That's happiness for me. Yes. And then the second part was, what's the difference between happiness and joy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. They feel so related. I think joy is sometimes almost those unexpected moments, those moments that are like, those synchronicities, or those moments where you just feel, kind of delightfully surprised, or just something catches you off guard, like, a gorgeous rising full moon, or, bumping into a friend, or, seeing your children, playing, and having the best time. Those are moments of joy for me. So I would say there's more of a spontaneous feeling around joy, like a little unexpected, that catch you.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's just like, woo!
That's interesting, because I interview many people. Some people come to here, they talk about someone have different opinion about the joy. You are the first time I hear about the joy is unexpected surprise, something like that. So that bliss out, that's feel, oh, that's so happy. So it's really interesting to think. I think there is nothing wrong, nothing right. What is joy? What is happiness? It's just sometimes we ask this question, then bring a little bit like you start thinking, what is joy? What is happiness, right? So a lot of time when I think about happiness, I was think before when I always think a lot of time happiness is depend on the short satisfaction. Like I want something, I want this, I want doing that. When I achieved that, I said, oh, that's really happy. Like the kids, they want candy, they give candy to them, probably they are really happy, but probably that's not really healthy, give kids too much candy because they're happy. Then the joy, for my own experience, I think as I'm go through with the healing, go through with my transformation from self-doubt to self-healing to self-empower, then inspire with others. I think joy is more come from internal, the vibration. So when I wake up in the morning, so I'm no longer to looking for something to some external things that make me feel happy. So because I have that joy, the peace inside me, I'm not sure with everybody, but that's what my experience. So happiness. So, but I try to not separate them together. It doesn't matter happiness, joy. They are all bring the vibration, higher vibration to us. Then feel the life have more passion. You're looking forward each day, right? If your life without happy, without joy, probably you stuck in the stress, then depressing, all of that things will be coming. So that we define the happiness and the joy.
Oh, it's interesting.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's so great. I think it's really interesting. I do agree with like just that joyfulness actually being internal though too. I resonate with that a lot as well. So
yeah, I can feel when you're doing your work, you are so passionate into your work. That joy, that smiling, that love come from, the impression come from your heart. I can feel that joy with you. I can see that passion with you. So the next question is, go through our, we in our life, we all have stories behind. We all have a lot of challenges. Go through the challenging with your life. How do you think define who you are today? Go through with all the challenge you overcome. What is that? Share with us.
Yeah, well, I would say that it's still a process. And however, overcoming some, I had some fairly large challenges in my early childhood. And I would say that I'm very sensitive to people around me. And I can feel very deeply, and resonate with people's pain or, it's hard to put into words really. But there's I feel just, and I also feel that, that there's a bit of a, to be of service is really an incredible way for me to, take what I've learned and the journey I've been through and, and the healing I am still doing and help others, be of service to others. So that is probably the biggest takeaway, is just sort of taking my own healing journey and everything I've learned through it. And then now,
share with another.
Yeah, sharing and just being of service. That would be the biggest takeaway, because I would say, it is a process. And I believe, I believe life truthfully is like, you're always growing, you're always learning, and there's always more healing, whether it's beyond, I think it's just, there's a lot of healing to be done in the world we live in today. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
but just
as
observe
the healer we are, so we always tell ourselves or tell our clients. So the reason I into the healing this because I want to heal myself. Then I find that way to healing, then also share with serve with others. I see how you the passion to serve with others that bring the joy, passion with you. That is so beautiful, Shilo.
thanks.
Yes.
Yeah,
So also I ask my guests, I always ask my guests here when they come to this podcast, I ask and now I ask you if you give the 3 words, we say 3 words as the gift, and that 3 words can bring more inspiration or can help people find out that they can have an aha moment in their life. So what are that 3 words as the gift you can give us here?
well, I think it's very simple, and it's really 2 words, and it would be love yourself. I think
Self-love.
yeah, love yourself. I think just we can never I mean, not we can never, but um just that love for ourselves is so healing. And the more we can love ourselves and have compassion and just really, and then this love just starts to grow. It starts to just, and you can really amplify your heart chakra and really begin to send that love out to others. Like it just starts to overflow. And so for me, like it's very simple. And I think for most people, just coming back to those moments of deep unconditional love for themselves is essential. It's also very centering as well. So that's what I would say.
That's very beautiful. Thank you. I think self-love is really, really important. We talk about if we don't feel love to ourselves, then we will be always want something come from others or want use outside something to fulfilling ourselves. Then we can, if we don't have that fulfilling moment, maybe we cannot give that fully love to others, right? So that's self-love, I think. It's beautiful. Thank you for your gift. You're such beautiful soul. We talk about you talk about the biofield energy. So it's possible you can lead like a 5 minutes meditation. Let us experience that energy. How is that work? So I will watch the time. When I have the bell ringing, so that means the time will be here. So that if you are listening here, so let's Shilo lead us. Have 5 minutes meditation to tap in with that deep self-love, compassion, and the inner peace.
Sure. So what I will do is I'm going to work on the Earth Star and the Sun Star and activating that connection with grounding, and then the solar connection with the central sun.
That sounds
And so these are the chakras on either side. So the Earth Star is typically 8 to 10, 12 inches below the soles of our feet. It's the chakra, the energy center where we connect with the Earth's energy. And it's really powerful just to bring, because we are these, like we are energetic beings, our field is electromagnetic. So just, circulating this current of energy and connecting with it is so important. And then the sun star is the energy center above the crown of our head, and it is about 8 to 12 inches above the crown of the head. And this is where we connect with the central sun, that radiating light. And so you can almost think of the human, biofield and the human body as, like a battery, right? And we charge up with like the negative and positive charge of the earth and the sun. And they really do support us incredibly. So what I'm going to do is I will be activating the earth star and the sun star. And I'm going to start with activating the earth star first. And did you say 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
I know I wish we can do more longer. So, but we have the time. So we just do 5 minutes, have a little experience with your work. Okay. Then if anyone, like I said again, if you are really interested to learn more, so please contact with Shilo. We will be posting the Shilo's information there. You can find the Shilo's website, contact the information, then to learn more about what she do. So let's just enjoy 5 minutes for now.
Yeah, well, I'll do my best to keep it within 5 minutes.
I will have my bell ringing when you hear that ding. So it's time.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to be using a tuning fork. The frequency that I have here is the 174 fork. And so just as we begin, I would really love for everyone just to bring awareness to their breath.
Oh, sorry, can you go a little louder? So it's very light. The sound is, can hear, not hear. Maybe I have some ear problems. Cannot hear really. Okay, if you can do the little louder. Thank you.
Can you hear that?
Perfect.
Okay, good. All right, so just connecting with the breath and taking a deep breath and begin to feel into the rise and the fall of the belly. And as you breathe, begin to notice a rhythm that is moving through you and supporting you. And I now would like you to bring your awareness down to the soles of your feet. And beyond the soles of your feet, about 8 inches below your feet, to what we call the Earth Star. This is the energy center below your feet. And as you feel into this energy center, I would like you also to feel into your body and notice any areas where you might be holding. And this could be the sensation of tension, any discomfort, an extra feeling of weightedness. And as you notice these areas in your body, I would like for you to breathe into them in openness and possibility. And on your exhale, I would like you to release all energies that are no longer serving. And as you release these energies, I would like for you to send them out through the soles of your feet, connecting with your Earth Star, and then directing down into the earth. So it's like discharging this energy into the earth. And you can naturally do this with each breath. Nothing needs to be forced. It can just be very gentle and natural. And I would like you to feel a connection with the earth and the earth's energy through the Earth Star. And so we're grounding into the earth. And then we're beginning to feel this energy moving up through your connection. So connecting with your earth star, branching out, connecting with the soles of your feet, flowing up through your legs, connecting with your tailbone, flowing up through your central channel, the spine, out through the top of your head, connecting with the energy center above your head, the sun star. And once this energy reaches the top of your head, you can visualize it flowing out and down in all directions into your entire energetic field. And the energetic field of the biofield really operates very much like a toroid, like it's like a torsion field. So almost like a big donut, the shape of it. And feel this energy, the earth's current flowing up and through you. And feel it connecting with each and every cell in your body. And feel it completely supporting you and amplifying you, your energy, and your light. And now I would like you to bring your awareness to the top of your head and beyond your head to your sun star, the energy center above your head. So it's about 8 to 10 inches, sometimes 12. And feel into this energy center. Feel its cosmic connection, its solar connection. And notice this deep and powerful connection that you have with the central sun. And begin to visualize radiating light connecting with the sun star, this energy center. And visualize this radiating light flowing down, connecting with your crown, the top of your head. Radiating down through the center of your being, down through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, connecting with your earth star, the energy center below your feet. And once this energy connects with your earth star, you can visualize it radiating out and up in all directions into your entire energetic field. And feel this radiating light, this energy, connecting with each and every cell in your body. And feel it completely supporting you and amplifying you, your energy, and your light. And now I would like you to bring awareness to yourself, your true self, and take a moment to honor your divinity. And you may want to take a few deep breaths, feeling into your body. And just bringing yourself back into the present moment.
That was really beautiful. Thank you, Shilo. Oh my God, I feel the tingling energy through my feet go up and go down. Just whole body feels so much deep relaxation.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your gift here for all of us and anyone who's listening or watching this podcast. And if you like share your stories, if you like to share your healings, so please contact me. So you can always find me on Zenquency Art of Healing. And you can always email me with Riya Wang 369@gmail.com. So you can find all of my information down there. And I will be help see you next podcast. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.